Hey folks, this is man. Once again, welcome back to another part. I think about part 10. And I know some people are like, hey, why don't you do reviews from this room? And the thing is, the lighting is not that great. That's why you see a lot of shadows. Is because it's the best lighting I can have. And it doesn't bother me, but I'm sure it would bother other people. So I don't know. Like, honestly, none of that bothers me, but I don't know what bothers some. But this is the best lighting I can do for it, because that's why it kind of looks weird. But get into this part. Actually, it's going to work sort of as a DVD update as well, because got a couple stuff, found it very cheap, and I'll show those first. Some of them are things that I showed before that very nice guy named Travis sent me, and then others you will see. Again, I picked up, found them very, very cheap. Some for as mostly for $1 a piece, and when it's $1, I can work with that. But getting into it. Into the Night, got this because, again, $1. This is a film I think I saw once a long time ago. Don't remember much about it because it was so long ago. It's directed by John Landis and it stars Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Pfeiffer, Richard Farnsworth. You also have appearances by David Bowie, Vera Miles, and Dan Aykroyd. Into the Night. I always remember the VHS cover, though, which was this image here. And the special features is a documentary on B.B. King called Into the Night. Because of the song. But that's Into the Night. I wanted to get more Steve Martin films. So this is one of them. Mixed Nuts. This also has an appearance by Adam Sandler, who is actually right here with a straw hat on. You also have Madeline Kahn, Anthony LaPaglia, Juliette Lewis, Rob Reiner, Rita Wilson, and it's from the director of Sleepless in Seattle, Nora Ephron. So, again, want to collect more Steve Martin films, and that's Mixed Nuts. And another one, Leap of Faith, Real Miracles Sensibly Priced. Directed by Richard Pierce, with Deborah Weiner, Lucas Haas, and Liam Neeson is in this film. Which, when I picked this up, I did not realize that until I read the back. I'm like, Liam Neeson's in this movie? And he's actually right here at the bottom. You can't see too clearly, but yeah. A Steve Martin film that I've never seen, but I will check out. This is a film that I want to check out again. I haven't seen it in forever. I remember for a while thinking I had this, but I didn't. But I finally picked it up. And that is Sunshine. Directed by Danny Boyle, which has, Cillian Murphy, who is in 28 Days Later. You also have Chris Evans, Cliff Curtis, Rose Byrne, and Michelle Yeoh. But Sunshine. And a film that I think I saw once a long time ago. I remember not minding it. And it's directed by Jim Isaac, who is no longer with us. He directed Jason X, which I do like. The Horror Show, aka House 3, which I do like. And that is a film called Pig Hunt, which I remember having some pretty good practical effects and being a pretty fast-paced flick. I remember it being a pretty decent film, Pig Hunt. I'm curious to give these movies another watch. I haven't seen them since they first came out. And that is The Bourne Identity, The Bourne Supremacy, and The Bourne Ultimatum. I know there's a fourth one with Jeremy Renner, but they didn't have it there. And I know they're making a fifth one with Matt Damon, but I want to give these another shot because again, I haven't seen these since they first came out, so I want to give them. Oh, I already said that. Another look. This is another one I was curious about seeing again. Stars Cole Hauser, Robin Tunney, Daniel Baldwin, Tom Sizemore, produced by Mel Gibson, and as Paparazzi. It's pretty much about Cole Hauser's this action star, in which these photographers keep hounding him and his family, the paparazzi, to the point that his family get into this bad car wreck and get severely injured. And he wants these paparazzi stopped and a little bit of vengeance as well, payback. So, I think even Chris Rock or someone has a cameo in this, but yeah, Paparazzi. It's time to settle the score. Shitty cover poster, but remember it not being the worst movie. This one I've never seen, but I was really curious about because it's Robert De Niro, Frances McDormand, James Franco, and William Forsythe, and Eliza Dushku. And that is City by the Sea, which Ebert and Roper gave 2 thumbs up. Pretty much is about Robert De Niro is a cop who must bring his son to justice. But pretty much they say that his son did something and he's got to protect his kid, even though people believe he did it, but he's also a cop as well. Just sounded like an interesting movie with starring Robert De Niro, and then yeah, William Forsythe, Eliza Dushku, James Franco. Yeah, City by the Sea. Directed by Michael Caton Jones. I know that name sounds familiar. There you go with that. This is a film that I don't remember a damn thing about it, and I got this super, super cheap, so I pretty much got this for free, so I'll take it, because I don't remember a thing about this. I want to see if it's as bad as I remember, and that's Miami Vice. A Michael Mann film, and I'll probably keep it for the Michael Mann collection, because I know Manhunter got announced by Scream Factory for Blu-ray, but I have the DVD of Manhunter, and I'm fine with that. It has features. I'm fine with the DVD. I have Collateral, which I love. Heat, which I enjoy. The Keep should get released if Michael Mann gets his head out of his ass. Public Enemies, I know that one absolutely sucked, in my opinion. His new one with Chris Hemsworth I haven't seen, but I've heard shitty things about. I remember this being really shitty too, but I got this almost free, so it's not a bad deal for a movie I don't remember anything of. This, I wanted to give another look to see if it was as bad as I remember, and it was very cheap, and it's for the Eddie Murphy collection, because as you saw, if you've been watching these, I have quite a few Eddie Murphy films. So I have Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and why did I forget his name? Red Fox. Arsenio Hall's in it, Danny Aiello. Eddie Murphy directed, so I wanted to give that another look. I got this 4-pack, and the reason I got this 4-pack was because of this film, The Blood of Heroes, which I had, someone had sent me on a DVD-R, which I showed before, but now I have the actual film on a DVD from Lionsgate, which shows how little they care because there's no picture on it. But it is an official DVD, and it's not a double-sided DVD. But yeah, film I enjoyed with Rutger Hauer and Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah, The Blood of Heroes. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, got this for the Steve Martin collection once again, which is directed by Frank Oz, actually, and has Michael Caine. And, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to collect more of Steve Martin's films. I know there's quite a few others to get. I mean, there's like Father of the Bride 1 and 2, and There was like one called Novocaine, and there's quite a few other stuff. There's one I have I'll show later, LA Story, which I really enjoyed. I think it's they're over there, but I'll show that later. And again, like I said, some of these you've already seen because Travis, very nice way, sent me these. One which, this is the one he wanted me to review. Not of he sent me a Coolest Ice Vanilla Ice movie on VHS, but this is actually the one he wants me to review. So I will review this down the road, and that is Delta Force 3 with no Chuck Norris, but Nick Cassavetes, which a good guy. Shamozen reminded me he's actually the villain in The Wraith, which I forgot about that because, to be honest, The Wraith was never one of my favorite movies. I think it's an okay movie. I have the film. Yeah, I do have the film. It has some cool stuff, but for me, it could have been a lot better, The Wraith. It's just, he kills everybody the same way. Here's a car, boom. Here's a car, boom. Here's a car, boom. Here's a shotgun, I don't do shit with it. Charlie Sheen, he seems like he's barely in the movie. But anyway, Delta Force 3. I was also sent this one, Last House on Left by Travis, which is very nice. This is the original, which has a commentary with actors David Hess, Mark Shefflin, Fred Lincoln. If you're wondering what the noise is, I have the heat on because it's been cold lately. I have, there's about a 40-minute documentary on the film, and there's another about 14-minute interview with Wes Craven about the legacy of Last House on the Left. There's a deleted scene. There's an unfinished short film by Wes Craven. The sad thing about this is it does not have the commentary with Wes Craven and Sean Cunningham, which is too bad. But thankfully I do have, I pulled this out just to show. Wait a minute, I know I did. Where the hell is it? Wait a minute, where the hell is it? I think I put it in the other room, damn it. No, it's right here. I'm blind. Yeah, this one. I had gotten this one first, and it had no features, but it had an introduction by Wes Craven, and it had a commentary by the director and producer. And it also has this little featurette, which I don't believe is on this, because I was flipping through the features. And, but yeah, this does have a commentary with Wes Craven and Sean S. Cunningham. But that commentary is not on this. You have a different commentary with the actors. So that sucks. They didn't carry over all the features when they re-released it, but that's how they do it. And the reason being because this one, not the one Travis sent, this older one has a lot of scratches on it. Thankfully, I was able to play it though, and it's two sides, so I have two chances. But so that's the old DVD, which I'm keeping for the commentary, and it has a few features. I don't know if the Blu-ray has all that, but, and I'm keeping this because it has other features. So it's sad that when they released this, they didn't put all those features onto this. I don't know why, because they both say MGM. So that's the one thing about DVDs and Blu-rays I fucking hate. You release it once, put these features on this as well as your new features. But now I need to own both to have everything. Again, I hate that shit. Stupid. But anyway, film that my friend Mike reviewed, and I was curious to give this a watch because I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Bushwhacked with Daniel Stern. Again, I have not seen this since I was a kid. And the music is actually by Bill Conti, who did Rocky. Wow. But yeah, Daniel Stern. This one I was curious about because of, I saw once a long time ago. Again, I didn't remember the movie. But Chris Evans, also Dakota Fanning stars in it. Push. I know, like, these three people, one sees the future, Chris Evans can move stuff, and I think one is a pusher that can make people do what they want, and I think Dakota Fanning can see the future. But I haven't seen this film in forever. And Chris Evans has grown on me a lot since seeing Cellular and Captain America films and such. This next one is going to be a big what the hell, but it's kind of a silly reason. But this was really cheap. This one, I will admit, it was $5. And I got it because I thought the cover was the coolest cover ever. I know it's the lamest thing ever, but I kind of got it for decoration. And people don't be laugh and feel free, but Electric Boogaloo. This is the Canon Films documentary, which I will admit, it was brand new for $5 at Walmart, of all places. Yeah, Walmart, $5. It has 25 minutes of deleted scenes, which I haven't seen yet. It has over 30 minutes of trailers. And the documentary, I know they're being honest, but it is tiring when you hear, hey, I like Over the Top. That movie's a piece of shit. Hey, I like Cyborg. Whatever. Oh, I like Missing Action too. That movie sucked. It gets tiring after a while. And what's funny is that Cobra is on the cover, but I'm guessing it's in these deleted scenes, but it's not in the documentary. But I had to pick this up because, again, there is no, as far as I know, there are no posters of this. Otherwise, I would love to have it. But this is the coolest cover, because look at this. You got Chuck Norris, you got Stallone from Cobra, you got Van Damme from Cyborg, which is one of my favorites of his, you got Charles Bronson from Death Wish 3, of course, Dolph as He-Man. That's a great poster right there. And then, yeah, let's have Christopher Reeve as Superman. Let's put in a ninja, I think from Revenge of the Ninja. And then a hot girl and a girl with a sword and some Kama Sutra lady. But I just thought this was the coolest cover that if I just put it like, literally like this, you can't see it, but like, again, I know it's the dumbest reason, but this is the coolest DVD cover ever. All it needs is, instead of this Electric Boogaloo, just have the Canon Film logo. If that had the Canon Film logo, it'd be the, and Michael Dudikoff. Those are the two things it needed. It needed Michael Dudikoff and the Canon Films logo instead of Electric Boogaloo. Or hell, say Electric Boogaloo, and put the Canon Film logo somewhere and put Michael Dudikoff. That's all I need. The Canon Film logo of Michael Dudikoff would be the best cover of all time. But this is one of the coolest covers. I just thought this looked great. And I will admit, there were a few stories that were funny. There's the story about Hercules. Some of the movies I don't care about. There's some nice stories, but it left a bad taste in my mouth when I love Over the Top. That movie's a piece of shit. I don't think it's a piece of shit. Like, there was no one talking nice about it. At least, if you don't talk that, at least get the opposite opinion as well. Play fair, 50-50. You can do 50-50. I know plenty of fans of Over the Top and Cyborg and Missing Action 2. I'm one of them. But, play a little bit fair. But anyway, yeah. Again, that's a pretty damn cool cover. It really is. I just couldn't help it. I saw him like, yeah, Dr. Mary's not my favorite, but I love that cover. I love that cover. Now, some of these were sent to me by Travis. End of Watch. Warm Bodies, which I will admit, I saw the trailer recently, and this looked better than I thought. So maybe the whole, I think I said, was just a Twilight, but it's zombies instead of, zombie love story was a Twilight with zombies. It looked better than a Twilight movie based on the trailer, so might eat my words a little bit on that. So I'll admit it though. I will admit it. Then he has sent me Excessive Force 2, Force on Force. I got this for the Adam Sandler collection. I know I got another, well, a while ago I got another one. I know, so I have The Waterboy, because I was curious to give that another look. Same with this film, Little Nicky. Again, it was dirt cheap, cheaper than hell. And I was curious because Grant, there's a commentary with Adam Sandler, but there's another commentary with hosted by Michael McKean with John Lovitz, Kevin Nealon, Henry Winkler, Ozzy Osbourne, and others. And I'm like, what is that commentary like? What is the deal with that? Then there's a making of and on-camera interviews with Ozzy Osbourne, Gene Simmons, Ronnie James Dio, and others, which that sounds pretty cool. Music video, POD's School of Hard Knocks. So, again, Adam Sandler collection. Have most of his early films now. And here's about the features. And it was like, again, pretty cheap. I got this because it's the widescreen version and it's the unrated version, which is better than the one I had before, and that is the Dukes of Hazzard. I never minded this movie. I liked it, actually. Maybe that's because I don't like the show. Because, to be honest, that show, the two most popular characters was the car, the General Lee, and Daisy Duke's shorts. There was no one breathing. It was a pair of shorts and a car. And that whole, oh, what about the General Lee, the Confederate flight? I don't want to get into that. That's just stupid. Not that people as are stupid, just the fact that it's a problem is stupid. Give me a break. But they do make a joke. That was before this movie came out. No, that was after this movie came out, I should say. But it's funny, they do make a joke about that, which is... Again, I wasn't a big fan of the show. I remember the song, we're the good old boys. We don't mean any harm. But I like the movie more, I will be honest. I like Johnny Knoxville. I like William Scott. You have Joe Don Baker. Burt Reynolds looks like he's having fun. Same as Willie Nelson. And Jessica Simpson is there to be hot, and she does fine with that. So, I like the movie. Next up, I got this because I had the movie by itself. Did I show it yet? No, it's over there. But I got this. Again, it was really cheap, and it has some features. I heard they were disappointing, though. But still, I'm curious to check them out. It is the Those Are Pillows edition of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Because Getting There is half the fun, the story of the movie, John Hughes for adults, a tribute to John Candy, and one deleted scene. So, doesn't sound like much, but I'm curious to see what they are. Because I love this movie. It's one of my favorite comedies. My favorite John Candy, my favorite Steve Martin, maybe my favorite John Hughes. It's hard to pick between that and... Actually, it is my favorite. Weird Science is a close second, and some others, but that probably is my favorite John Hughes movie. And then this is one of those films that I wanted to give another look when I got this, and that is Lost in Space. And I actually just finished watching this, and I'll keep it because it's going to be one of those films that I forget, and I'm like, what was this movie like? And I'll pop it in. Yeah, not one of Stephen Hopkins' finest hours. It's too long of a movie. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes. The family didn't have any chemistry together. The kids sucked. Heather Graham had nothing to do. She was nothing of a character. The younger sister, Penny, was annoying as hell. The youngest kid, he looks like... I guess it's not, but he looks like one of the kids from Malcolm in the Middle. He was annoying. The robot wasn't really robot until the end of the fucking movie, which was stupid. William Hurt is a good actor, but he had nothing to work with. Matt LeBlanc, I actually don't mind. He's actually my favorite part of the movie. I never minded the guy. Mimi Rogers, I like her as an actress, but she really has nothing to do. Gary Oldman is having some fun. I never watched the TV show before. I understand it's more of a campy, fun show, while this tried to be more serious. But it's just pretty boring. Set up the characters. Gary Oldman fucks up the mission. You have a little action scene with a robot, which is a much bigger one, is trying to kill them. They use a hyperspace thing. They get lost. They deal with some shitty CGI spiders. You have a shitty CGI blarp thing, which I guess they shot with a puppet, and oh, we'll do a CGI, and it looks like shit. They crash land at like the hour mark on a planet, and then it really goes into shit because nothing happens. Just stupid time travel where they're talking, thinking, talking, walking, thinking, talking in the ship, wondering, oh, let's go through this ripple because we gotta fix our ship. And oh, now William Hurt and Matt LeBlanc, who gets knocked out for a good chunk of the third act, they're in the future where it's just a deformed Gary Oldman's, which looks stupid, and an older fucking version of his son to do time travel to fix this so they can leave the planet. And that's pretty much it. And for lame adventure. I mean, thinking back on it, this film should have been more like Guardians of the Galaxy and that fun exploration. But yeah, I didn't follow the show, so maybe that's why. I just good special effects at times, meaning like the spaceship itself, but then some effects that don't hold up. I mean, this isn't a review of Lost in Space, but of course this was sent to me by Travis Hollow Man, which is nice because I have the Blu-ray, but this actually has a commentary with Kevin Bacon, Andrew W. Marlowe, and Paul Verhoeven, which they're all in the same room, which is pretty cool. Now, where to next? Let's go over here next. I will do this first. Sorry about that. Actually, I'll do this. It'll be easier. These were ones that was curious about. The Diver Bio Booster Armor Volume 1 and Volume 2. Which is pretty much the card, well, I should say anime, which is definitely pretty bloody at times. But yes, the 2 volumes of the Diver Bio Booster Armor, which together have a total of 12 chapters. So, pretty decent for that. Great flick, Frequency. Really good drama. Really good story about father and son with sci-fi elements. Dennis Quaid, Jim Caviezel. Really good movie. Very underrated film. No one really talks about this film. I was surprised Mike hasn't reviewed this. This is Dennis Quaid. And there's no cover, but I have to show you this. It's the 1980 Flash Gordon. Flash. Ah, he is invincible. This is actually given to me because Jackie Chan, Jet Li are in it. I felt this was a really disappointing movie, though, and that is The Forbidden Kingdom. Because you get these two guys finally together in a movie, and most of the screen time is to some fucking guy. What the hell is his name? I don't remember what the fuck his name is. Colin Chow, Liu Yiffy, Michael Andorino. I don't know who the fuck he is. But yeah, you get these two together, and then they try to do like this bullshit wannabe Wizard of Oz, whatever the fuck he was trying to be. This sucked. Should have been a modern movie starring these two guys. Not some fucking guy who I couldn't give 2 fucks about, or 3 fucks, or 1 fuck. Just stupid. Hate when they do that. Entrapment. Film with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones. This is a special edition, but nothing too special. A commentary, featurette, deleted scenes, alternate ending. Ving Rhames and Will Patton are in this. But yeah, Entrapment. A film that I enjoyed that came out this year. I thought Adam Green Adam Green actually did a really good job with this. That's Digging Up the Marrow. Really good drama, Dallas Buyers Club. Another good war drama, Courage Under Fire. Also has Lou Diamond Phillips, Matt Damon, Bronson Pinchot, Scott Glenn, Michael Moriarty. Really good cast. 2 films, just for the collection, and I had never seen the second film. City of Angels and Michael. I had never seen Michael with John Travolta. Also has William Hurt, Andy McDowell. Also directed by Nora Ephron. But, yeah, now I have both films. Got this for the first movie. I showed this before, but I already had Child's Play, but I got this for Terry, which has his features. So now I have Terry. If I ever do a Stephen King marathon, now I can review Terry. Film I actually don't mind with Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman called The Bucket List. Thought a pretty decent film. Especially, for those 2 guys starring in it. That was a cool thing to see. Film I was curious about. Apparently other people had issues with their DVDs of this, but I didn't have any issues with this DVD. But with starring Michael Rooker, Bram Stoker's Shadow Builder, which actually forms a few pictures when you turn it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it stars Michael Rooker as a good guy, a priest, trying to fight this evil that wants this little boy. Yeah, Bram Stoker's Shadow Builder. Then for Bruce Willis, Blind Date, which I actually had some fun with. It was nice to see Bruce Willis so early in his career. And it also has John Larroquette and Kim Basinger. But I actually liked this movie. I thought Bruce Willis was pretty fun in this film. For the Steve Martin collection, which also has Jack Black and Owen Wilson, I actually don't mind this film. It's a very harmless movie. I mean, it's a PG movie for crying out loud, and that's the big year. Sadly, I don't have any of the originals, but I remember not minding this film. The Bad News Bears, the remake with Billy Bob Thornton. Of course, great Kurt Russell film, Backdraft, which is a 2-disc anniversary edition. Good Jack Nicholson film, As Good as It Gets, with Helen Hunt. 2 for Clint Eastwood collection, Absolute Power and True Crime. Got these. Honestly, all these were kind of curious about. Not kind of, I was curious about. It's a 4-pack with Cross My Heart, which had Martin Short and Annette O'Toole. There was someone else in here, and I'm like, oh shit, he's in this. It's not on the bat. Fuck. I'm sure I'll look it up, I can find it. But Cross My Heart, Fierce Creatures, which is sort of the spiritual sequel to A Fish Called Wanda, which I do have somewhere. Opportunity Knocks with Dana Carvey, which I actually didn't mind that much. And Splitting Heirs with Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis, great guy. Always enjoyed Rick Moranis. I had the first one, but this is the second one. I had the first one on Blu-ray. I already showed that. But this is the second one, 22 Jump Street. Triple feature, because curious about these films, starring John Cusack. Runaway Jury, Say Anything, and The Sure Thing. And this was part of this Marvel 20th Century Fox Marvel set I had gotten. And I had to make room to put the Fantastic Four Extended Edition. But it's pretty much some collectible DVD that has like a, you put it in, it's like a little comic book and such that you look at. So, and it has a comic book in the sleeve as well of the first issue and an issue of the Phoenix Saga. It's pretty cool. I should leave those down. And sorry that you guys see my crotch. Hopefully I don't scare anybody. Again, sorry about that. This was super cheap. I was just curious about like what it was about. There's something called Wordplay. Documentary about the crossword puzzles of the New York Times. As I interviews with Bill Clinton, Bob Dole, Jon Stewart, Ken Burns, Mike Mussina, who pitched for the Yankees. Yeah, it was like super cheap. I think this was like 50, 60 cents. I was just curious because of all the good reviews and what it was about. Wanted to give this another look because of the cast. Wedding Crashers, which yeah, Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Christopher Walken, and Jane Seymour. And Waterworld, which is not one of the worst movies. I'm not the biggest fan of this film, but I watch as a time waster for the spectacle. Vice Versa, with Judge Reinhold and Fred Savage, which I got because I was just pretty curious about the film. Then you have Tropic Thunder, which I really enjoy this film. 3 O'Clock High, which another film I really enjoyed. Step Brothers, was curious about this. Had decent fun with it. This is another one I was curious about because I saw the trailer and went, oh, this looked interesting. Soul Survivors, and this was a piece of shit. This is a total worthless piece of shit movie. This one I thought was a decent enough time waster because it had some decent bits of gore, and I did not mind the lead, Eric Balfour. I mean, I think it was a Sci-Fi Channel movie, but it's, I think, a tolerable one. I mean, I didn't hate the film. Rise of the Gargoyles. I didn't mind it for what it was. Of course, Revenge of the Ninja. Great movie. I know there's a Blu-ray of that, but I have the DVD for now. Pushing 10. Was curious about because of John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton. The Hunt for October and Patriot Games, which this was sent to me. Thank you very much for that. I don't want all this to fall on me. This is a film I was curious about. Once in a while, I'm curious to check these kind of movies out. Music and lyrics. I don't mind Hugh Grant as an actor. Drew Barrymore's in it. Again, I was curious to check it out. Didn't mind it for what it was. This for the actors Sandra Bullock and Ryan Gosling. Murder by Numbers. I was curious to see, or to remember, I should say, how bad this movie was. Mac and Me. Yeah, it's pretty damn bad. Good drama, The Lincoln Lawyer. This was sent to me, and it's a pretty decent remake. The Last House on the Left. So thank you for that. This for Vin Diesel, also Seth Green, Dennis Hopper, and John Malkovich are in it. Knock Around Guys. And then, film I enjoyed that came out this year, The Kingsman Secret Service. Got this because it's Sean Connery and Lawrence Fishburne. Sean Connery, I wish he had not quit, to be honest, or retired, I should say. Ed Harris and Kate Capshaw are also in this. Just Cause. This is a film that was sent to me that I actually did not mind the second time around, because I kind of understood what I was going for. Because the first time I saw this, I went, nothing fucking happens. But yeah, Jarhead, which that was the point of the film, is that all this shit going on and yet nothing happens. That was the point. But yeah. Jade, which this was sent to me. Thank you for that. I was really curious about it because it's David Caruso, who I like. Also, Michael Biehn is in this. Linda Fiorentino, Chaz Palminteri, and it's directed by William Friedkin. That was very cool. Thank you. I like Matthew McConaughey. I've been sort of getting more and more into his movies, so I was curious to check this out. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I know. And I was curious to check this out because of Dennis Quaid. Horseman. That's Come and See. Well, honestly, don't, because when I did check this out, I was pretty disappointed in it. I thought it was a pretty dull movie. But that's just me. Now, again, sorry about that. Yeah, see. One of the best gifts I ever got, which I am very thankful for. A guy named Book Reader sent this to me, which I don't even know if the guy watches my stuff anymore, because I've never seen him comment again. So hopefully I didn't make him mad or anything, or maybe that's how just life goes. I hope somehow he sees this and knows how thankful I am for this. Absolutely thankful. Sorry. But this guy had sent me, again, one of the best gifts I have ever gotten. The complete James Bond set. That's why I now have a playlist of James Bond movie reviews. Because of him. Book Reader, I believe it was 2012. I could be wrong, but I know his name is Book Reader. Again, I don't know if he's on this channel anymore. On this channel. If he's around anymore, but again, if you are, thank you very much once again. I have not forgotten that. Like, he sent me, like, here's one box set, and these are the great DVDs. With the features, and this is again, one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. So, I mean, each one of these have, like, this has commentary, a documentary, and other stuff. Dr. No, From Russia with Love, and I've reviewed every single one of these, except the new Spectre, which I'm going to wait till DVD or VOD. Because I don't even have time to go to the theater, I just don't. So, I can wait. Yeah, Goldfinger. But yeah, other than Spectre, I've reviewed all the James Bond films. They're on the channel. Again, go to my channel, you can click on playlists, and there is a James Bond movie review playlist. Thunderball. And again, that's thanks to a very nice guy named Book Reader. You Only Live Twice. Our Majesty's Honor Majesty's Secret Service. Diamonds Are Forever. Actually, did I flip that up? No? I forgot that Sean Connery came back. That's right, okay. No, this one's next. And another set where there's Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me. That's definitely one of my favorites. Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, which was pretty damn good. Also, I really like Goldfinger, You Only Live Twice. Didn't mind Under Majesty's Secret Service. Octopussy. Then, of course, there's this one from another company. Forget which company. But yeah. Never Say Never Again. Then we have A View to a Kill with a little cameo by Dolph Lundgren. The Living Daylights. Really good one. License to Kill. Another one of my favorites. GoldenEye. Underrated one. Tomorrow Never Dies. And then The World Is Not Enough. And Die Another Day. And then I do have Casino Royale. Quantum of Solace. And Skyfall. And then to finish that off, just a few Bruce Campbell films I was curious about. Well, at the time I got Terminal Invasion, which is a TV movie directed by Sean S. Cunningham. Alien Apocalypse, which tries to have a pose like Army of Darkness, but not nearly as cool. The Man with the Screaming Brain sucks. It's a film Bruce Campbell directed, but it does have some good features. I like the commentary. I definitely like the evolution of the film, Neurology 101, which is pretty much him and the producer talking about the history of making this film, which honestly was funnier and better, more interesting than the movie itself. So, and then this one, which was a total disappointment. My Name is Bruce. Wasn't that funny? Wasn't that entertaining? I don't even think Bruce himself did that great of a job. He's not that good of a director, I'm sorry. I think he directed that as well. Again, I know people be mad, but I don't think Bruce Campbell, he needs to eat a piece of humble pie, and maybe some humble cake as well. He's not the fucking master of his domain like he thinks. He likes to think maybe his shit doesn't stink, but, it does. And, I don't know, Bruce Campbell, every time I hear about him, he just sounds like a fucking dickhead. That's sort of the sad thing about Bruce. Is that I like a lot of his early stuff. I really enjoy, the Evil Dead films, which I'll review after getting done with these videos. And, I really enjoy, what's the best way to put it? Shit. I don't know, he just seems like a fucking asshole a lot of the time, man. I'm like, why? What's the deal? Well, just because you played Ash as an asshole doesn't mean you have to start acting like Ash. And hell, Ash was never he wasn't always like that, folks. I mean, there was a good chunk where he wasn't an asshole. He wasn't an asshole in fucking the first film. And he wasn't an asshole in the second film. And he was a bit of a dick in the third film, but considering all the stuff I've heard of Ash vs. Evil Dead, he even seems much more of a dickhead character. Which I don't look forward to that show, but I'll give it a fair shot when the season's over. But yeah. Sorry, I had to keep talking so it wasn't just sounds of you looking at my stomach. I want to make these an hour-long parts, so I got about 10 minutes. What can we end it on? I'll wait on that. Let me look over here, and we'll look into some of these things up top, which I've gotten from some nice people. Stuff that was sent to me. Band of Brothers. Special features, 10 parts. 10-part seat, 6 DVDs. Yeah, Band of Brothers. Also, Event Horizon, which is pretty cool because it pulls out like this. And if you can see closely, there's like little stalls and stuff in there. And then you pull your DVD out, but you go all the way up and pull it like this, which has a little booklet. And it's a 2-disc set of the film, which this is a really cool gift. Got a lot of really cool gifts. I've been lucky for that. So thank you everyone for that stuff. And another person to send me this, which is really cool. The Legacy Collection of Bruce Lee. Although I hate this shit with the fucking sliding shit. Yeah, you have the Big Boss. Fist of Fury. The Way of the Dragon, aka Return of the Dragon. And of course, the Big Boss was changed to Fist of Fury, and then Fist of Fury was changed to the Chinese connection. Yeah, the Way of the Dragon was changed to Return of the Dragon. And then Game of Death. I believe I reviewed all of Bruce Lee's films. I believe I did. Could be wrong. And then some other DVDs. First off, let me show that. Really cool to have. Bruce Lee, the Man, the Legend. Bruce Lee, the Legend. I Am Bruce Lee. Then you have some great pictures and bonus features. Which I'll be honest, I forgot what the hell they all were. And then you actually have a book in the back. Like a photo book, I should say. Some pretty good pictures. I believe Shout Factory released this. Yeah, they did. And gives some info on each of the films. You know, you're talking about the Big Boss. And some nice pictures. Really cool presentation. Yeah, Fist of Fury, Way of the Dragon. They do talk about Enter the Dragon. It couldn't be released on this because the company owns Enter the Dragon. And they do talk about Game of Death. So, very cool set. Very nice guy named Roger had sent this to me. So, thank you for that. But that's not all the Bruce Lee stuff I have. And if you're wondering what that means, I will show you in a second. we'll end it on Bruce Lee. Nothing wrong with ending on Bruce Lee. Because a long time ago I was sent these, which I'm going to keep because they have more features. Platinum editions from overseas of the Big Boss, which does have features that are not on there. I forget everything specifically, but I do remember there's stuff on here that is not on there. You see there's quite a few features. Same with Fist of Fury, aka the Chinese Connection. Way of the Dragon. Game of Death. Which actually has a commentary of Baylodian. Game of Death Revisited featurette, 40-minute edit of the original Game of Death footage in accordance with Bruce Lee's script notes. Legacy of the Dragon documentary on Bruce Lee and the Game of Death phenomenon and some other stuff. And yes, I do have Enter the Dragon 2-disc from Warner Brothers, which has The Curse of the Dragon and Bruce Lee, A Warrior's Journey, as well as, of course, Enter the Dragon and Blood and Steel, Mate of Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee in His Own Words, original featurette, Linda Lee interview gallery, vintage home movie footage of his backyard workout, Enter the Dragon. So, there you go. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next part.